Hey guys, it's your favorite Unc here. Go ahead and click that subscribe button below so you don't miss a single episode of Nightcap. That button right here. Come for the sports, stay for the stories. The Eagles defeated the Rams 28-22. Philadelphia advances to the NFC Championship Game for the second time in 3 years. They will host the Commanders next Sunday in an all-NFC East clash. Saquon rushed for 205. Remember, he had 255 the first game. This is the second time this season he's exceeded 200 yards rush against the Rams. The majority of the yardage came on 2 carries. He had a 78-yarder. He had a 62-yarder. Jalen Hurts suffered his knee injury in the second half, but was able to finish the game. Ocho, you and I talked last night. I'm not going to let Saquon beat me. If Jalen Hurts throws for an efficient 250 yards, 3 touchdowns, I walk to the middle of the field. Hey, good luck next week. Whoever y'all play against the Commanders, man, you're a hell of a player. Yeah. That's what I do. I'm not going to let Saquon beat me. And I'll be damned if they didn't let Saquon beat him.
You have to remember, right? We got Lane Johnson. We got Lane across the board. They average as far as weight goes, but the Rams' defensive line is undersized. They're undersized. They tried. They had some moments where they were able to contain Saquon, but at some point, when you keep chopping that wood, at some point it's going to break. At some point, it's going to crack. And that's exactly what happened due to them being so undersized up front. Even if you stack a 9 in the box, once they come off the ball, they bully them boys up front.
They definitely did that.
They bully them boys up front. So it's like, and it takes so much pressure off Jalen. It takes so much pressure off Jalen Hurts too.
Yeah,
it takes so much pressure off him because he don't have to do much because Saquon is carrying the load. Same situation over there in Baltimore. Put the ball in your bell cow's hands and let him take the game over for you.
But Philly never got away from that.
Yeah, they didn't.
That's the problem, Ocho. Baltimore got away from it for a quarter. Why? And you look at some plays, they had Saquon got stopped. But you let him get that hole, and he stepped to the side, pieced him out.
You know what's so funny?
What's that?
Is he take them small steps when he running and faster than every damn body never get caught from behind.
The thing is, he's quick. The thing is, he has great balance. If you look at the crossover, his step, they give him the ball, and he steps outside, and when he sees a crease,
he gone. He hit it. He hit it. And he hit another gear.
He stepped on it, man. The first one that he stepped on it, gone. The 78-yarder, Ocho, he's like
out of there.
And that was just Ocho. That wasn't a toss. That was just a handoff.
Yeah.
And then he crosses over, boom, and he exploded. A pair of fumbles on back-to-back drives set the Rams back significantly. Matthew Stafford had L.A. in the red zone. I thought L.A. was going to do it because Puka Nacua made a heck of a catch over Slay, over Darius Slay with a chance, and then on 4th down. But, Ocho, I'm looking at there was some miscommunication with the center and the right guard because on back-to-back plays, you turn Jaylen Carter. I don't know. I'm not going away from him.
Yeah.
I'm not going away from him.
The center looked right, and the guard slid to the right, and then he went to the left and then tried to come back. And by the time he came back, he was sacking Stafford. I'm like,
bro, why would you do?
What you doing?
Listen, hey, y'all handle that over there. I got to worry about this one.
Yeah,
this is the one I got to worry. He's the one, and he did it again on 4th down. I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, bro, I'm not. Listen, on the defense, Ocho, if you got Reggie White, if you got Bruce, you got LT. I respect everybody on the offensive line, defensive line, because you're in the league. But I'm not. Hey, it's like AD. Why would you slide? Why would you double someone else other than Aaron Donald? Why would you double someone else other than J.J. Watt? Why? That's Jaylen Carter.
Yeah,
he's the most disruptive right now. And I said this: if he ever got in shape, because I saw him in college. Not his last year. Last year he was bull jiving. But when he hungry and motivated, and I think he's motivated now because he's an all-pro, he's a Pro Bowl player. Ocho, if in the next 3 years he's not a defensive player of the year, I ain't talking about a candidate. I'm saying the defensive player of the year, where they call his name defensive player of the year is Jaylen Carter, he should be disappointed. That's the kind of ability this young man has. He's explosive. He can play the run. He's disruptive. He can pressure your quarterback. He punched the ball out because he did a great one hand and punched the ball out of Kyron Williams' hand. Man, he has all the tools. Now he should be thinking, man. I'm thinking Hall of Fame. I'm thinking, hey, they need to start getting me ready for the size 52, a 54 jacket.
Yeah.
He has that kind of ability.
Does he know it though? Now, if he can channel all that and understand how great he is or how good he is now, it's all about him understanding what you can see. Watch it from home. We can see the greatness in him.
Oh, he's special.
He got to understand it and funnel all that energy into his craft.
He's so
he can be one of the best. He can be one of the best to ever do it.
He showed up he's so quick off the ball, Ocho, for a man his size. Man his size ain't supposed to be that kind of explosive.
No, not his first step is not supposed to be that fast.
And he's powerful. I don't know if he's weight room strong, Ocho. I don't know if he can bench 500 pounds and squat all that.
Right.
But I'm talking about football strength to take a man. I said that's the way you could tell somebody. Can you move a man against his will?
Against his will. Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that.
Can you move him against his will? When he said, "Man, I ain't going nowhere." The hell you say? You finna get off this plot of land?
When I when I think about it, I got 3 defensive tackles, right?
Yeah.
Three defensive tackles that were not only weight room strong, but on the field it showed up as well. And then their first step, quick as hell. Now watching Jalen Carter, he's one that's been able to do it. Aaron Donald, weight room strong.
Oh yeah.
Also,
his quickness,
a technical savage.
Yes.
With a quick step. I got 2 more for you though.
What do you got?
Remember Big Sam Adams?
Oh yeah, I remember. I played with Hammer.
Man, Big Sam had one of the quickest first steps, man, to be that size, but also weight room strong.
Yes.
And the one that take the cake, the only man I've ever seen put 45s on the bench bar to where it's no room left and you can't put them on there, with the quickest first step as well.
Who
that goddamn Vince Wilfork, man.
A big
What? And then he up under the bench talking, holding the conversation, and with all the place, the bar bending.
Wow.
Bar ain't even straight no more. He got all the 45s on I don't even know how much it was. People in the chat, if you lift weights, you could please tell me how much when you have all the 45s on the bench bar where you can't put them on there. He holding the conversation with me. We in the weight room. He talking to me and slow. I'm not talking about bringing it down and coming back up right away. I'm talking about slow. What the hell you be? What?
Man, I love watching him, obviously watching Jaylen Carter. Like I said, I was disappointed in him because I thought he bull jived this last year. He knows he's going to be a top pick. The Eagles got a bargain. The Eagles should have never been able to get him at 10. But he had some issues. He had some red flags. Got a couple of, some trouble with the law and speeding and the situation. They got himself into some trouble. But he's supposed to have been the number 1 overall pick. That's how good he is. That's the kind of ability that he has. And I think now he's starting to learn it. Hopefully Fletcher Cox, who was there and retired. Hopefully he got an opportunity to talk to him and say, son, you got Reggie White potential. Everybody know what Reggie, the Minister of Defense, everybody know what Reggie was. Reggie brought it. Every game, every play, whether he was in Philly, he was in Green Bay, he retired, came back for his last year, played 1 year in Carolina. People don't realize that Reggie played a year in Carolina because he had at that point in time, I think he had retired. Him and his wife Sarah had got a place on Lake Norman. Man, Jaylen Carter, this Eagles team is gonna be everybody thought they was gonna be going to Detroit. There's like, no, we got the NFC Championship game on our field, and we got a team. It's gonna be a great game. It's going to be a great game because both games were close.
Mm-hmm.
Both games were close, Ocho. They won by 8 on their field, and then Washington ended up winning in that last and sudden death. Wasn't overtime, but they ended up winning on the last second when he threw that touchdown pass with like 4 or 5 seconds. And the thing with Washington is because of their quarterback, Ocho, they believe they got a chance. Because look how many games that they won on the last possession, the last throw of the game. So we don't believe we're out of any game long as we got that guy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good one.
Hey, I wonder what the weather. I wonder what the weather's gonna be like. But you know,
Bad.
DC just as cold. Yeah, DC is
Bad.
just as cold. Philly.
Yeah.
Just as cold.
You probably get I mean, it started the game, look at the field how it looked like, ooh, it's just gonna be cold. And next thing you know, snow.
Snow. Yeah.
So it's probably gonna be that next week. Same thing, Ocho. Eagles fans showed up outside the Rams team hotel today and started trash talking the players this morning. This comes after LA's Jared Verse said last week that he hates Philly and all their fans. Jalen Carter approached Verse pregame, offered to put the championship game bonus on the line. Verse declined.
Yeah. Listen, Verse might have talked this trash, but boy, he showed up today,
Well, he gonna be defensive rookie of the year.
He showed up today. Verse showed up today as much. Listen, as a team, the team didn't win. But when you talk trash like that before a game, he backed it all up.
Oh yeah,
he backed it all up with his play. He was all over the place.
Hey,
he was giving Jalen Hurts hell.
Hey, I like Jaylen Carter. Jaylen Carter said, "Hey, you confident? Put your bonus up.
Put your money up."
I was just playing. Nah, man. I was just playing, Ocho, man. You know how I mean. Hey.
Yeah. You know, as a rookie, you ain't putting that money on the line.
Nah. What? I mean, what did they get? 77 grand for winning today?
Yeah, everybody. I mean, you know, when you get to the playoffs, everybody checking.
I don't like that. I'm taking a pay cut. Because I know my check looked like in the regular season. And y'all give me first of all, it wasn't near this when I played. Right. So you could just imagine when I went to that. I retired 20 years ago, Ocho. So you could know the checks wasn't nowhere near this. So I definitely wouldn't have bet. Oh, I would have bet like Green Bay because they were talking that ish. Oh, I definitely would have bet all them bums.
Right.
I definitely would have bet all them for sure. Man, it's gonna be a great game. It's gonna be. I don't know who had this. Who had Washington and Philly on your bingo card in the NFC Championship? I think a lot of teams had. Ocho,
they might have had Philly. They might have had Philly in it.
Exactly,
but not Washington. No.
Everybody either had Kansas City. You had some combination: Kansas City, Buffalo, Kansas City, Baltimore, Baltimore, Buffalo. That was the combination that you had in the AFC. So I don't think anybody's surprised that we see Buffalo and Kansas City. I think there's a lot of people in shock, other than people like, Earthquake. Quake is a big Washington fan. Right. There are a lot of people that are Commander fans that grew that like, man, I'm tired of this losing. I think somebody asked me today, man, do we got a chance? I'm like, yeah, you got a chance. It's a football game, but I wasn't gonna put no money on Washington, not against Detroit.
I said the same thing when they asked me. I said, listen, Jayden Daniels has had a phenomenal season, but what the Detroit Lions have been able to do all season, outside of losing 2 games. And having some games where Jared Goff turned the ball over, they were still able to come out with a win and be victorious. I don't see them beating Detroit.
I don't either.
And that was based off my eyes and what I saw.
Correct.
Even though Jayden Daniels was playing phenomenal football. And boy, did he prove me wrong.
Well, hell, when you turn the ball over 4 or 5 times, what do you expect? And you gave him a touchdown you let them score points on your possession.
Yeah, it's pick 6, yeah. You're right.
Then you took points off the board because you were late with Williams on the post route, and you allowed
undercut it.
Yes. and then they run a pass. They let Jameson. Why would y'all throw? He throwing the ball, Ocho, covered or not, he gonna throw it.
Wait, hold on. Now you know better than that, Unc. Now listen, I can attest. When we run it in practice, they let you know if it's 1-on-1, you give your play either tuck the ball and run or throw it
out of bounds.
We live to see another down.
Ocho, we told him if he not wide open, don't you throw that ball. I'm talking about Ocho. I'm saying wide open.
Open, yeah.
Wide
clear.
If he's not wide open, don't you throw it. Tuck it and run, or let somebody get a souvenir.
Right.
Oh Lord. But you can't turn what Golf had 4 turnovers? I think they had 5 total. Who you beating?
Nobody. You ain't beating the Sisters of the North if they had a damn flag team with 4 turnovers.
No. But it's gonna be a great game. I think it's gonna be hopefully it's a great game. Jaden Daniels had a phenomenal season. I mean, I can't even imagine to see a rookie in the Super Bowl.
Hold on, not in the Super Bowl. Mind you're playing in New Orleans. You know what New Orleans is, right?
Oh yeah, this is what hour from Baton Rouge.
Not only is it an hour, you just came from LSU. Think about the story in the know.
Yeah,
from LSU back in New Orleans, you're in a dome, so we already know how he plays when the weather's clear. I'm just hypothetically speaking.
Yeah, that's what we talking. Yeah, if he were to make it.
Ooh, my goodness.
It's crazy how good this young man is.
Yeah.
And everybody talking about the Bears should have traded. No. If he's in the Bears, he's not doing what he's doing. Because guess what? Cliff Kingsbury isn't there.
Yeah.
Cliff Kingsbury isn't there. Y'all think he's doing this without Kingsbury? Kingsbury has a relationship. If you go back and look at it, Murray won Rookie of the Year. His ability to resonate with quarterbacks. He was calling plays for Johnny Manziel when Johnny won the Heisman.
Yeah.
Go back and look at his work with quarterbacks. As a matter of fact, I think he was the head coach of Mahomes. Was he the head coach of Mahomes when Mahomes at Texas Tech?
Texas Tech?
I'm almost certain. Yeah. When Mahomes threw for over almost 800 yards, Ocho, in a game. So, guys, it's easy to say he should be, the Bears should have traded. Y'all actually think Jaden Daniels was going to do that without Kingsbury? Come on now. It's easy to say that, trade. But you got to trade all the other intangibles that go along with him. Is Dan Quinn going to be there? Is Cliff Kingsbury going to be there? Y'all believe he's doing that with Eberflus? And that offensive coordinator?
Absolutely not. There's no creativity.